What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Social Sig vlog. Today is May 20th of 2024. We are 5 days away from hitting the long road to out west. If you guys haven't been following along, I'm about to go on tour out to the West Coast and back, spending 28 days and doing 16 shows. Hello, Mr. Crab Cake. You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on. I was just in Green Bay this last weekend and Crab Cake surely missed me. It's always nice to feel missed by a doggy. And always great to come back to him. But Crab Cake is coming on the road with me and Sheila, my girlfriend, for the 28-day long road trip. And you guys can see the tour dates. I'll put the link down below if you guys want to check them out. Basically I've been marketing it like crazy lately, but also have been saying, like, if you guys know anybody, any friends, family out in any of these cities, definitely helps me a lot being a completely independent project. I don't have like a marketing team or anything yet, but at this stage it really helps with social media and just sharing a post or just sending it to a friend, like the tour dates. Telling him to check out a show. It should be a really fun set of shows. Got some really cool bands on the bills, all local bands for the most part. And got some really fun shows booked. I booked it all myself the last few months and put it all together. And this will be the third tour out of state that I've booked by myself. So I did an East Coast tour in fall, down south in the winter, and now this is the West Coast run. So first time going to be out there. I'm really excited. So it's been a crazy busy last 2 weeks. I'm sure if you guys followed along last week, I had van issues. My old van, the Silver Bullet, she was a 2006 Toyota Sienna with 222,000 miles on it, and she died on our way to a show in Madison, which was technically our first show on the Road Dog tour. I just kind of lumped in some that Madison show and then like 2 Green Bay shows that I had this last weekend that I'll talk about. Yes, so had the van troubles, and it's just been a lot of things going on, but it's coming together as far as marketing the shows coming up, making sure all the bands and all the venues are on the same page, making sure that we have housing, that we're going to figure out what we're going to do with Crab Cake when we drop them off and then we go to the venue. So a lot of moving pieces, as I've been saying, but it's been coming together real good and feeling really good about it. Especially after I am a new van owner, so I got a fresh set of wheels. It's a 2016 Dodge Caravan named Axe. It's like I mentioned, I just took it to Green Bay this last weekend, and it's feeling really good, feeling really fresh. The AC doesn't really work that great or at all, so I left a voicemail to the dealership this morning. I'm gonna call again to try to get a hold of them to see if we can fix it before hitting the road. I just think of Crab Cake getting a little bit too hot, especially, but also just on the highway with these long drives. Definitely don't want to do all of that with the windows rolled down for sure. So yeah, figuring that out this week, and just a lot of other things, packing a lot this week, just making sure we have everything. I'm hosting the Bremen open mic tonight, and then dropping Sheila's car off to her mom's place in Illinois tomorrow, and then driving back, making sure we have somebody to water our plants and everything when we're gone, and just all the good stuff. So I've been keeping pretty detailed notes and everything, just a to-do list. I always keep a to-do list for a daily list and just like a weekly list and stuff, but this week is a little bit more kind of like a crunch time than usual. But yeah, so yeah, last I vlogged was like Wednesday. I had just gotten a practice in with Aiden and Eli, who was my band, on Saturday at the Whammy Showcase event in Green Bay. And then on Sunday, last night, we just played the Whammy Music Awards, which is a really cool event. The Epic Center. WAMI is the Wisconsin Area Music Industry. And they do an awards show every year, sort of thing. We got asked to play a 6-minute set last night during the awards show, and then on Saturday we did an hour-long set for like their it was like a finalist party is what they called it. Had to figure all that out. Kai, my drummer, wasn't available on Saturday. And Isaac, who normally plays lead guitar, wasn't available on Saturday. So made plans with Eli and Aiden, who they were my band out east on tour this last fall. And they are also in a band called Bug Moment. Bug Moment had a show in Stevens Point on Friday. I have a friend named Seamus in a band called Sheeby that lives in Stevens Point. So I just coordinated. I didn't have anything going on really on Friday, so I just drove up to Stevens Point on Friday. Kind of had a nice relaxing day, caught Bug Moment's show, and then we all stayed at Seamus's place before driving to Green Bay. And then I had a really relaxing Friday, I guess. I drove up in the afternoon. I have a friend named Ashley who is a tattoo artist in Marshfield, which is like 45 minutes outside of Stevens Point. So I coordinated with her. Luckily, she had an opening, but I did get a new tattoo of Silver Bullet, my old minivan with flames coming out of the back of it. It's quite hilarious, and I freaking love it. She absolutely killed it. So shout out Ash at the Out of the Blue Tattoo Parlor in Marshfield. If you guys never been out to Marshfield, it's basically like a complete Wisconsin farm town. Lots of farms around the area. Kind of anything that you would imagine, just middle of Wisconsin to be. I got that on Friday afternoon, and then drove to the Stevens Point skate park where it was like right along a river in the park. I think the Fox River maybe, or Wisconsin River, one of those. But really, really, really nice skate park. I pulled up, and the sun was like kind of setting, and it was just a beautiful night out. And then 3 dudes were there skating, and as I was walking up, they were like, "Yeah, Bug Moment's on the bill tonight. Some other bands." And then I approached, and one of them was like, "Oh, you're in Social Sig, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, what's up?" And then started talking to them. We have a bunch of mutual friends. One of the dudes runs a Instagram page that is about the Stevens Point music scene. So kind of just a small world thing. But yeah, I skated with those fellows for a little bit. Left, got some quick trip for dinner, and then headed out and met Seamus and his buddy Liam, who's in his band. And then we walked to the venue, saw Bug Moment set, and then came back, had some pizzas, chilled out. Had a pretty nice time in Stevens Point. Honestly, I was feeling quite peaceful area, quite peaceful city. Reminds me of La Crosse a lot. I've only been through Stevens Point really before. I did play there last March, but never really got to experience it that much. It was really great. And then drove to Green Bay on Saturday, which was a scorching hot day. Really hot day on Saturday. And that's when I was really wishing that I had AC in my minivan, but it was all good. Drove to Green Bay, hit up a music store because Aiden broke his snare drum in the show in Stevens Point, so had to get one of those. I got some new cables for my guitar pedal, and then also I checked out. I went to the Green Bay skate park to meet with my buddy Slayer, who we were staying with in Green Bay. And Slayer's the one who's been making the Social Sig skateboards, which I just picked up a whole batch of 24 more of the Social Sig skate decks. Absolutely the coolest design. These ones are actually a little bit cleaner than the last ones. He screen prints these designs on here. But picked up 24 more from him. Anyways, got to the Green Bay skate park. Aiden and Eli showed up. And then Slayer was there hanging out with There was some Green Bay local kids there. In kind of a sketchy area, not gonna lie. It was just weird, like just a big slab of concrete. It was really hot. I didn't feel like skateboarding really at all. I was pretty sore from the day before, and just chilling in the grass. We were just hanging out. And then this younger kid kind of was talking to Aiden, and the skate park was huge, but these kids just kind of came over by us, whatever. And one kid came over. I don't even think he was skateboarding, but just giving some weird vibes. All of a sudden, like they're talking about a bat that they saw flying. He's like, "I'm gonna stab him, motherfucker!" And he had a knife that he was holding in his hand, and he was just like making weird eye contact with us. And Eli texted me like, "Yo, we gotta bounce." And I was like, "Yeah, we should actually go to the venue." And my heart was beating really fast, and it's just very unpredictable situation. So yeah, got a knife pulled on us in Green Bay at the skate park, so that was interesting. So we dipped right away. Glad that nobody got hurt, whatever. Got to the bar, which the venue is literally called the bar, and just kind of hung out until people told us what we had to do. We loaded in and met some people from Whammy, people from Green Bay, people who were also playing. Shout out Amelia Ford, who was really sweet and kind, who played after us. Yeah, Green Bay is very interesting, especially around like the Lambeau Field area, because everything's coordinated towards the Green Bay Packers for like the 10 games a year or whatever. In that area for like thousands of people, but when it's not in season, it just feels very hollow and very strange, but it was cool. We played some bags after our set. We played our set. Felt pretty good about it. Also, before heading to Green Bay, rewinding, we woke up at Seamus's and we ran through the set once more because we hadn't really gotten in. We only got one practice in before that because it's been a while since running the set, but. And then, yeah, just kind of hung out at the bar. My parents were there. It was very, very great to see them come out. I know you guys are watching, so thanks for coming. It meant a lot to me. And who else was there? Yeah, just met some Green Bay folk, and yeah, had a good time, honestly. And my buddy Slayer came. Started storming, whatever, and then we drove back to Slayer's place where he had an awesome house. He was at his parents' place, and we were there. Watched a movie called Smile, fell asleep right away, played some ping pong too. Yeah, just kind of had a good kick-ass time with the boys. And next morning, Aiden left. Eli, yeah, this is a very detailed description of my weekend, but thought it might be interesting to anybody, so sorry if I'm rambling. But I'm just decompressing right now. But yeah, then basically did the sound check at 1, met Kai and Isaac, who drove up from Milwaukee, did the sound check. The people at the Epic Center were really great. The people on sound, my buddy Clyde was running sound. He's done a few shows in Milwaukee, and or he was helping out in some way. And then went back to Slayer's house. We got some pizzas at Quick Trip, and then we went swimming in his pool, which was really, really great. And then as we were leaving back to go to the Epic Center for the awards show, Ethan Slayer, his neighbor across the street, well, basically at first we were loading up the van. He lives in a cul-de-sac, and then all of a sudden from this house across the street, we just heard like a and it just kind of like stopped and started and stopped, and we're like, is that a person? Like, sounds like help. So we were kind of concerned. We told Ethan, and he told his dad, and then told a neighbor who was a nurse. She ended up going over there, and I didn't find this out until we were at the awards show, but she went over there. And apparently it was an old elderly man who lives alone, and he fell while he was on the toilet, and he just got surgery. And so really glad that we heard him shouting for help. So that was kind of crazy. Yeah, just kind of a bizarre situation, but yeah, luckily we heard him. So he's okay. And then we went to the Epic Center. And just like a lot was going on at the Epic Center. Lots of musicians, lots of industry folk, lots of people wearing black. So it felt like a really interesting crowd. Couldn't tell like who was who, but like I mean, saw some friends that I knew. Saw my old coworker Lovely who was working there. Also saw Charlie Boy, who I'm playing with this Friday in lacrosse. They were there. They were nominated for some awards, and then trying to think. Just lots of faces in the music industry. Saw Jim Linneman, who I've had on the podcast, and we've played at his venue in Milwaukee here. He was announcing an award, so pretty good show. And we were Secret Menu was there as well. They were with us in Madison the last weekend, and just a very interesting event. It was running pretty late. Granted, it was an awards show and people started talking pretty long. But yeah, we were fourth to go in the band lineup, so felt pretty jittery a little bit. More excitement, just playing in front of so many, I guess, quote unquote important people in the Wisconsin music industry. But really good opportunity. It was live streamed. I found out this morning it was live streamed. We played one song. It was a 6-minute set. We played Wonderin', because it's like a 5.5-minute song. And felt really good about it. I brought my GoPro along this whole weekend, so got some good footage for the Road Dog documentary. And yes, it was a successful show. And then the boys drove back. I stayed a little bit longer. Got home at a little bit after midnight, like 12:30 last night. So very successful weekend at Whammy. I guess right now just big week, like I said, to start working on getting all my ducks in a row before leaving for tour. So just thought I'd give you guys an update. I will be vlogging on the road, and hoping to keep you guys all updated, but also trying to document it as best as possible with the GoPro, but also not going to try to worry about crafting a story along the way. My goal is to just kind of get as much cool footage as possible and then come back to it and then edit it up into a cool documentary for you guys called Road Dog. So that's my goal. Just a lot of moving pieces, but also really trying to figure out how to sustain this project a little bit more financially. There are a bunch of different avenues of income, but being an independent musician and full-time musician, there's not a lot of it's just hard to make a living sometimes as a full-time musician. So getting together an online merch store, which I'm pretty excited about for July. That's releasing, so hoping to have a steady income with that, with people ordering online, fulfilling orders in my home. Also moving these skate decks that I'm really excited about. Just things like that. I get asked pretty often, how do you sustain yourself? Having a good amount of savings before making the jump to full-time music was huge. But then merch and live shows and just trying to get every royalty with ASCAP or BMI are big avenues. Really trying to expand on all that good stuff. And also the Patreon, trying to grow that as well. So if you guys would like to support the Patreon, I have the link down below as well. Can't believe if you guys are still watching this 20-minute long video of me rambling about my my last weekend, but appreciate you guys if you did, and feeling a lot of love and support always. And it definitely it just comes in waves, and there's good weeks, there's bad weeks, and it's just about the journey. So kind of just embracing it as much as possible as we go. So cool. I don't know if I want to talk about anything else. Just a busy week getting ready for the road, and then we'll be in La Crosse on Friday, and then Minneapolis Saturday. Just trying to promote these shows. It's come up so fast, and making sure the other bands do a good job at promoting these shows as well. Yes, I hope you guys have a good Memorial Day. I think it's Memorial Day weekend. I get Memorial Day and Labor Day mixed up, but that is this weekend. So hope you guys are getting outside. It's been beautiful out. And shoot me a text or a call whenever. Because, yeah, life is moving fast. And hope to catch up with y'all soon. I'm excited to see a lot of friends out on the West Coast. That's going to be great. And then also not too many shows this summer in locally, which is great. Really just kind of spending a lot of time on writing, recording, tentatively doing an album for September of 2025 is my goal right now. I just emailed Pabst Theater Group to see if they have September 20th available. September 20th of 2025 available for Turner Hall Ballroom. So gonna try to do Turner Hall again. I would love to have Moonglow is who I decided as an opening act, and then one more local band, or maybe somewhat local band out of Chicago or something. So trying to play my cards right to make it as cool as possible. Just kind of keep it a 3-band bill. So that's kind of my long-term plan for releasing music, I guess. And yeah, okay. Love you guys so much. Hope to see you guys soon at a show or whatever it is. And yeah, stay positive out there. And much love and rock and roll. Peace, love, and rock and roll. Okay, bye.